Hello, I'm back for tea time with Shirley. I've got my cup of tea and it seems a bit ridiculous because it's like 30 degrees here today. We've gone from freezing winter to like midsummer overnight. And today I wanted to talk about the story. I want to talk about stories, and not the kind of stories that you think. I want to talk about the stories that we tell ourselves in our heads, and those ones where we get so used to an inner dialogue that we start to completely believe it's true, and we start telling it in our heads. We tell it to people we meet on the street, and it just starts dictating our lives and who we are and what we're doing. And I've had a particular one this week at the moment with my painting, that I've never really ever painted more than one picture in a day. Maybe I have, I can't remember. Maybe when I was doing miniatures I definitely didn't. I'm pretty sure I've painted more than one picture at a time in a day, but there's been this internal dialogue that I've started telling myself that when I do a large painting I can only do one painting a day. Maybe it might take 2 or 3 days, and it's a complete fallacy. It's not true. It absolutely has become ingrained in my belief that I can only paint one picture a day. So this is actually something that's holding me back, and it's something I called myself out on the other day, because I suddenly realised if I want to finish my book by the deadline that I've said, I'm going to have to up my ante, and I'm going to have to paint more than one picture a day. And it has immediately kind of thrown me into this like, I can't do that, it's not possible. And it's just this complete BS story I'm telling myself that isn't true, and isn't reality. But it is being created into reality because I'm letting it stop me painting more than one picture a day. And it's just an interesting thing where we tell ourselves these stories, and like all sorts of times I tell myself stories like oh, I fluctuate my weight all the time, I go up and down. The last 3 years I haven't really done that. Like I've really actually stopped doing that, and I still have to catch myself telling that story to people. Oh yeah, I fluctuate. Now I fluctuate like just a tiny amount, and there's still this belief that I fluctuate, and it's this complete story that I tell myself. And I tell myself stories all the time about like what I'm worth, my value, or how much money I can make, and it's not true. And I really wanted to talk to you today about that. I just wanted to say, like, call yourself out on these stories. You know, when you hear yourself making an assumption about yourself, just stop and go, is that true? Like, is that really, really true? Because pretty much 99.99999% of the time, it's not actually really, 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 really true. And there will be like a little slither of falseness in it. And life's just one big story, and we can invent the story that we want. We can create the story that we want. It doesn't matter like where we go with it. It doesn't, like, it's up to us the story we create and tell ourselves. And so I've also had another one recently of that I'm powerless. Like, well, recently, like most of my life, that I'm powerless, and that I'm always like, I'm the one that has to back down, I'm the one in the wrong, I'm the one that starts doing the right thing. And I've just recently gone, oh my God, that's just a story I'm telling myself. I am not powerless. I am completely able to change the direction of my life if I want to, and to say yes or no to things if I want to. And I've started taking back that power, and it's you know, yeah, maybe it's causing some waves and ripples in my immediate universe, but the story I was telling myself was I was powerless, and it's not true. And I've started telling myself this new story that I am powerful, and that power isn't coming from a place of like trying to squash people, but it is coming from a place of love and trying to allow myself to be all who I am meant to be. And so just that's what I wanted to talk about today, just the stories. There's no one here. I'm having a cup of tea on my own, talking live to a camera, but maybe someone will watch this later, and you can call yourself out on your story. That's it for today. Thank you for not joining me. I'm going to pretend you're here anyway. And I love you very much, and thank you for showing up. Enjoy your cup of tea. Bye.